Hi, kids. Hi there. Hello, Professor Johnson. Where's Mum? I think she's in the garden clipping the hedges or something. Okay, enjoy your game. I have to work on the text of an important speech for a while. Oh, hello, darling. Had a good day at the university? Hello, darling. Had a good day at the university? I'll get you a nice strong cup of coffee. Hello, precious. Work? Very mixed. The usual grind of administrative duties. I'm afraid this global downturn thing will have some serious repercussions for every department at Camford. The sociology department included. Although we are normally considered progressive as a subject. Never mind, dear. I'm sure we'll survive. Oh, for sure. I'll be working on that speech for a bit. How much will it cost to place a hotel on Park Lane? You've already got 4 houses on it, so you'll have to pay extra £1,000. It's a lot. But one of you will land there and there'll be loads to pay me. I can bleed you dry. Greedy guts. Yeah, Monopoly doesn't seem to bring out the best in kids, does it? You mean it encourages acquisitiveness, to put it mildly? We adults hardly set them a good example when you come to think of it, on that score. How right you are. Look at the mess we're in. Oh, here's your coffee, darling. Oh, thanks. It'll help me to keep awake. Now, where was I? Though I work in the field of sociology, considered by some, unfairly I think, to be a harebrained, irrelevant subject, I often draw inspiration and valuable insights from great works of literature. The question before us is the present state of university education as a symptom of the global economic crisis. How do we value life, people, and how do we fit these generalities into group dynamics? At the beginning of Faust Part 1 by Goethe, we find Faust in a remarkably similar situation to our own. He was at the end of his tether, like we are. In his opinion, he had achieved little apart from pulling unmotivated students along by their noses. He had plumbed all the conventional wisdom of his age, but not even his studies of the theology of the New Testament, he regretted, offered him a respite from his dissatisfaction or relieved his gloom. In sheer despair, he turned to the black arts and the devil. So here I restart. I venture to suggest that we today face the same kind of challenge as Faust did and have resorted to much the same strategy in our attempt to find a remedy. This is not to say that we invoke the devil at Black Sabbaths, or engage in voodoo, or play loud techno music. This might be a way to clean the soul, just as carnival was a way to go back to roots without grinding culture to nothing. The devil has delegated most of his routine work into his minions in the guise of the 7 deadly sins, which cavort around in Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus. I name them pride, greed, anger, sloth, lust, envy, and gluttony. It was greed and pride in particular to which we must attribute the economic and moral catastrophe of 2008 and its long aftermath reaching to the present time. In some ways, the remedies chosen to combat this malady have proved as bad as the disease. I mean more controls, snooping, government interference and bureaucracy. And still our major institutions, not least our educational systems, remain weakened and partially paralyzed. In our age, we have the added problem of combating the devil without believing in his existence. Though we certainly are in the devil of a mess. What's going on there? Pay up, you loser! That will be 7,000 on the nail, if you please. Don't say I didn't warn you. When I bought the hotel, if you can't pay it all in cash, I'll take your Trafalgar Square and Liverpool Street station. What the blue blazes is going on over there? I told you I was doing work on a speech. I need some peace and quiet here, you know. Don't get worked up, dear. Kids will be kids. You were one yourself once, weren't you? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off the handle like that. But do try and be a little quieter, will you all? For the next half hour or so. Where was I again? Ah, yes. I could squeeze in a good quote from Dylan Thomas. Where is it now? Oh, yeah. As Dylan Thomas so aptly put it in a poem entitled, "We have made the fairy tales by heart. Death and evil are twin spectres. These 2 gnomes remained unmoved by strictures." Our much vaunted pragmatism has banished any sense of absolute values. Values are deemed to be relative, conditional, subject to accidents and change. In fact, the measure of all things has long become narrow self-interest. That is, perceived but not real self-interest. Like Marley in Dickens' A Christmas Carol, we have got chained down by our own self-forged fetters, our complex financial instruments, which immediately became so complex that not even their inventors could understand them. But are there not eternal verities that stare us in the face? Verities ever present in eternal symbols and signs which our forebears comprehended, but which we choose to ignore. We, so-called educators, at least, should teach and guide our contemporaries. That's what we're here for. But are we not the chief of sinners, the blind leading the blind?